Peter Gregory from the IPA raises an issue of idiotic academics. This is not from the conversation. An academic from the University of Auckland studying the effect of neoliberalism on urban planning has found that increased supply of land and houses reduces property affordability. I guess the laws of supply and demand must be wrong. The academic illustrates her argument based on a trip she took. At the Ellenbrook development in Perth, Australia, a public-private partnership that Bahmanteymouri classed as 100% neoliberalism, land was sold to developers on the provision that around 12% of it would be used for affordable housing. I had an interview with the developers and the companies and also planning institutions. No one can say to what extent they provided affordable housing there. Just because people didn't tell her did not mean that there weren't any. Better research would have focused on the recent past. The entire world's population could live in the Australian dream of a family of 4.25-acre block in Queensland, and still there would be parks and wilderness areas in Queensland. The entire world's population could live in France with a population density equal to Paris. They already do in Paris. The reason for land release is often in response to reduced property affordability. There is a minimum cost and a build to infrastructure and urban planning. It comes as no surprise that new houses cost similarly as houses, unless you're an academic, in which case the sunrise is probably a pleasant surprise every day. Bonus if you're a gambler and put your money on east. Sad if it was west. Academics shouldn't gamble or play with matches. Some things should not happen, but they do. Malcolm Turnbull wants 32-year-old Andrew Bragg, a deputy head of the Menzies Research Centre and a member of Turnbull's own constituency, to be the Liberals' new federal director. He has never run an election campaign. He has written for the Huffington Post embarrassingly poor pieces. But no matter how stupid the new federal director is, the failure of the budget to cut spending but increase tax is an illustration of the failure of Turnbull to explain the need for economic reform. Last year I wrote how Turnbull had failed his own benchmarks he set when rolling Abbott. In a year, Turnbull has done nothing to address that.